Good morning, I am Miss Leigh-Ann from the Carbondale Public Library, and today I am going to show you how to make this camouflage lizard. If you can look for the lizard in there. But first, I will tell you about some of the books we have at the library about animal camouflage. We have Animal Hide and Seek, that is written by Penny Smith, and it's published by DK. This is a reader nonfiction book. So it's great for beginning readers, but it tells you about different animals that use camouflage. We also have Secrets of Animal Camouflage by Karen Brown and Wesley Robbins, published by Kane Miller EDC Publishing. And a fun thing about this book is it's a shine-a-light book. So it has pages that if you shine the light behind it, it will help you see some of the pictures better. It doesn't really come across too well over camera, so I am going to suggest that you come into the library to check it out. And you can borrow, when you borrow this book, it does come with a flashlight for you to use. So some other books that I borrowed from other libraries to show you, we have Hidden Wildlife, How Animals Hide in Plain Sight by Jim Arnowski, and he's well known for his nature books. And this book is published by Sterling Children's Books. And these are all, like I said, about animal camouflage. Masters of Disguise, Amazing Animal Tricksters. This is by Rebecca L. Johnson and published by Mill Book Press. Then we also have It Disappears, Magical Animals That Hide in Plain Sight. This is written by Nikki Potts and published by Capstone. So these are all fun books to borrow to learn more about camouflage. When we work on our project, I will actually be giving you some information about the different types of camouflage. But before I move to the project, I do have something I want to share with you. Ask you, do you know why animals would want to use camouflage? So that's something I want you to think about, and then we'll go back to that at the end of our craft. Okay, so before we zoom in, so you can get a better look at how to make the project, I'll show you what you need. You will need a piece of paper, a lizard cutout. So here I printed a lizard. You could draw one, you can print one, but you will need a lizard, and this one's not cut out yet, but he'll need to be cut out. You'll need some crayons. You're going to choose 3 colors to work with. Scissors to cut out your lizard, and glue. Okay, so now we're going to zoom in, and I will show you how to make this project. Okay, so now we are ready to make our lizard, and what I'm going to do is as I am working on the project, I am going to tell you about the different kinds of camouflage there are in animals. I already cut my lizard out. The first thing you're going to do is cut a lizard out. You can find a pattern, so you can see that better. You're going to find a pattern or draw your own, but that's your first step, is to cut out your lizard. Our next step is going to be to make our pattern. So you are going to take out 3 crayons, any colors you want, and then you're going to think of a shape that you might want to draw, because you're going to draw the shape over and over again. So I am going to do a triangle. I do recommend something simple, but you can do any shape you want. Squares, circles, maybe diamonds. Like I said, you're going to do this shape over and over again, so you do want it to be something simple. So first thing to do is draw your shape, a bunch of shapes on your paper, and they're all going to be the same shape. So I'm doing triangles, so I'm going to draw triangles all over my paper. For this part, I'm not going to start talking about the different kinds of camouflage yet. Once we get to when I start coloring things in, that's when I'll tell you more. And you can put some of yours going off the page. So now we have a bunch of triangles, and I'm going to draw another set of triangles inside those with another color. So I told you you're going to make a lot of the same shape over and over again. And our last color, yellow. I'm going to put it on the inside. I do recommend the lightest color in the middle, just so you, because I think it will stand out a little bit more, but it's your project and you can do it any way you want. Okay. Oh, one more, I forgot. Okay, so now I'm going to start coloring them in. So we're going to start with the yellow, and as I'm coloring, now I'm going to talk about some of the different kinds of camouflage. We have concealing, disruptive coloration, counter shading, disguise, and mimicry. Now mimicry, some people consider it separate from camouflage, and some people do consider it part of camouflage. So we're going to talk about it anyways. So concealing coloration. An animal blends into its background. So that's something like a snowy owl, where they are white to blend in with the snow of their environment. A green tree frog. They blend in with the leaves of the trees they live in. Some spiders, because you have some spiders that live in the woods. They are brown, a lot of them, to blend in with the trees and the dead leaves on the ground, and their environment is brown, so they are brown. Okay, so next is disruptive coloration. These help break out the outline of the animals, and they are often in stripes or spots. Can you think of a striped animal that might not want another animal to see it, or to see it as well? About a zebra, a leopard. Can you think of anything else? About a tiger. So our next one is counter shading. The idea of counter shading is that when an animal is two different colors, one color on its belly and one color on its back, and the color on its back is darker, the color on its front is lighter, like a penguin. The idea of that is that if a penguin is swimming in the water, when you look at it from underneath, the light color of the belly is going to blend in with the sun shining down on the water. And when a penguin is viewed from above, the back will blend in with the dark bottom of the ocean. Another example is a whale shark. Okay. Now we have disguise. Disguise is when it looks like something in nature. Looks like something else in nature. Like a walking stick. A bug that looks like a stick. Another example is something called a tawny frog's mouth. They look like almost like tree bark. They blend in with the trees. A thorn bug, and obviously by its name, it looks like a thorn. A leaf katydid. They are green and look like leaves. Okay, now our last one. Our last one is the mimicry, which I said some don't consider it part of camouflage, they consider it a separate category, and others do consider it part of camouflage. Mimicry is when an animal looks like another animal. And usually the other animal is either poisonous, or more dangerous, or bad tasting. So an example is a coral snake looks like a scarlet king snake. And then also the monarch butterfly and the viceroy butterfly look like each other. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what you're going to do is we're going to finish coloring this, and you're going to do the same pattern, the same exact way on your lizard. So actually this time I'm going to start with the smallest triangle. So you're going to do triangles all over your lizard too, or whatever shape you choose. Okay, so I am going to finish coloring, and I'll fast forward this so you don't have to wait for me to finish coloring, and then I'll show you the last step. Okay, so now our two parts are ready. Now the last step is just simple. We're just going to glue our lizard onto the background. He doesn't blend in perfectly, but it does make him harder to see if he was just rather than if he was just white. Okay, so before I say bye, we have to answer a question. Why would animals be camouflaged? There's two different reasons. One, an animal might want to avoid being seen by its predator. They don't want to be eaten, so they're able to blend in to their environment to avoid being eaten. But on the other end, a predator might blend in with its environment to avoid being seen by its prey. So I challenge you to make a camouflage lizard. You could even feel free to share your picture in our comments. And we will have kits available with the materials you need at the library for the next 2 weeks. And I hope to see you again. Bye!